guys so much for joining me. My name is Marvel. If this is your first time, welcome to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a long time with you guys. I haven't uploaded any farming related content yet, but there's a reason for it. If you guys understand, it's more related to my hectic job schedule. That's why I haven't been able to do any of the updates. Plus, the past couple of weeks has been very difficult for me. I'm gonna hang out here for a minute. Expect some of you to join the chat. At least one or two of you. That would be fantastic. Please let me know in the comment section where you're watching from, and give the video a thumbs up to let everybody else know that we're already going live. So I appreciate every single one of you to be here. Yeah, so thanks again for the support you've been showing on my channel. I recently posted a video where I did my own personal vlog style video, and I can tell the love, you know what I'm saying? This is why it keeps me motivated to make these videos, because a lot of you out there are so concerned when I'm not there on the channel. That really means a lot, and I do appreciate you for supporting me in what I do on my YouTube channel. Okay, and you guys just, so I do occasional vlogs here and there, but I want to focus my channel more on, agriculture and farming and all that good stuff, right? So I see 2 people in the chat. That's plural. That's more than enough for me, so I'm going to get started. All right, so you guys, you remember, my last videos that I posted regarding my farm and everything going on, right? And so I will probably be uploading a video soon about the farm, and I'll giving you updates of everything that's going on. So if you remember from my last video that we have harvest maize that had been planted a couple of months ago, and I think if you watch the video, you probably you're well rounded of what occurred. And I'll probably link the video at the end of the chat, so some of you can go back and watch it, if just in case you didn't really get a chance to see it, or you're watching from Boston. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for being here, and shout out to all of you out there in Boston. So you guys are you guys are just the best. You guys are the best, and let's just keep this farming journey going. Let's just keep this farming squad strong. And yes, so thank you guys so much for being here one more time. Okay, so right now as we speak, I planted about we are growing 5 acres of watermelons. It's just not watermelons, keep in mind, because what I did is I have watermelons, tomatoes, cassava leaves, all growing together. So I have exploited about 5 acres all together, where I have watermelons growing as well as tomatoes and cassava leaves. So cassava leaves is probably more important to have growing on your farmland, because it's one of those crops that actually keep your farm alive. I'll give you one typical example. Like we're from Congo, right? And when you go to the farm, even your family, your friends, people need to know that you came from the farm. As a result of that, you have to bring something back from the farm. That's when crops like pondu, cassava leaves comes into play. It's growing. You have something to bring home. You have something to take home. My farm is still young, because I got a different, bunch of different trees growing within my farm. I have many different fruits growing, but we have planted some of them about a year ago, but you have to give them at least 3 or 4 years before they're grown and ready to produce fruits. Until that happens, we're going to be planting crops that allow us to just do just that, all right? So that's why pundu is very important. So most of these crops, watermelons, it has 90 days before you harvest. So we are going to be waiting for at least the next 90 days before it's ready for harvest. Tomatoes that I have planted are our own local tomatoes. So those tomatoes are growing very fantastically. So I was speaking to my guardians early this morning. They gave me updates of what's going on. So the only thing that I want is some video footage of what's happening. I have a lot of video footage, is even with the pig barn and everything. Oh, actually, speaking of the pig barn, we actually temporarily discontinued the construction, and it's almost complete. It's in a completing phase. So if they go back, it'll probably take them a couple of days to complete the whole project. But I don't know if maybe I should just open up more. But I've had a lot of issues going on here. In my own personal life here in the States, where money was needed the most, and the money that I had saved to complete the project was used for something totally different. Sometimes we all go through different struggles where we are, right? And I had to take care of so many important things, and everything was happening at once and at the same time. My mom was sick. I had to help with whatever I had, and that kind of like, you know, kind of like, put me in a position where I wasn't able to continue with the projects, right? So the money that was meant to complete the projects was used to, assist in, my mom medical care in the hospital, because she was there for a couple of days or so. And myself here, I had a lot of things that I was taking care of, thus not, allowing me to, implement my projects as I originally planned. However, now as we speak, everything is working fine, everything is going amazing. Within the next couple of weeks, we will go back to complete the projects, because the female pig, like as we speak, the pregnancy is really growing fast. I cannot wait to show you guys how big this piglet has gotten. I can't wait to show you how big the boar has gotten. Massively huge. When I saw the footage and they sent me videos, I just do not want to share those videos because the image quality is so poor. That's why I always have my cameraman guys to go out there and get the footage that are useful to upload on my channel. That's why I have to make sure I give you guys good quality content. I'm just not going to throw stuff on my YouTube channel just because you want to see how things are going, but I want to make sure it is done professionally, for your experience, for my experience, because I value this channel so much and I give more value to my viewers. That's why I care about the content quality. I want to make sure that you are provided with a good quality content, so everybody is satisfied, right? So that is the updates on the pigs. They're doing amazing, except the past couple of days, as we speak, in that little town where they stay, there was a pest that actually overtook the town, killing multiple pigs. But thankfully, I'm a guy who are more preventives in most situations. We were able to get our vets over. The vets actually give them vaccines, so the pigs are fully vaccinated. They are immune to whatever pest that's going on there right now. And when they sent me the footage, I was very happy, and I have footage when they were getting vaccinated and all that good stuff. But unfortunately, like I said again, the footage isn't really done professionally. It was someone with the smartphones filming everything and showing it to me, right? And I would really have the pleasure to show that to you guys, but I wanted it to be more in a professional way. That's why I kind of didn't share it with you yet. But stick around and stay tuned I have way more of those coming in the future that I would share that with you. But the good thing is they're immune, they're protected. None of my pig got sick, none of them were affected. That is amazing. So I'm thankful for the team that I have, and I'm thankful how fast the vet reacted when the pest started within that town, and it's really one of the things that actually that I always brag about my team being so great and fantastic just because of that, right? So yeah, that's the updates for the pigs. As far as the farm is doing amazing, and there's so many more things that I would love to plant within the farm. I just have to wait till the moment it's right before I go ahead and do things like that. But in meantime, I am planning on so many things. So hopefully, 3 months after, because it's been already, at least it's been a month since the watermelons and all these other crops were planted. Now we just have to wait another 2 months. Hopefully, we will have positive results. So watermelons are one of the crops that do fantastic in Congo if well taken care of, because there is a lot of things that go into it. Watermelon was never locally grown. Those are foreign crops that now we are getting adapted into our soil. But there are certain, chemicals that you have to use to make sure it grows till on its term. So we have been using those chemicals, and the results are just positive, are amazing. So I'm thankful for that as well. So let's talk about the future of agriculture in Congo moving forward. I always say that the government involvement in agriculture will play a major role to encourage young entrepreneurs, or to encourage young farmers to continue to do what they are doing for the local community. Because sometimes a limited fund can make it so difficult for you to operate normally as a farmer. Remind you, I've had a video where I discussed the challenges our small farmers encounter farming in Congo, Kinshasa more specifically, that make things more difficult for them to operate to a good scale, right? And finance is one of them. We do not have financial institutions that assist small farmers with equipment and many other things that's more vital in farming. So we kind of have to do everything on our own. For instance, even with the tractors, you need to get a tractor up in there to do the weed control. You need to get a tractor there to organize certain things, and that's not free. It's going to cost you money. You know what I mean? So guess how many local farmers out there can afford to get tractors up in there, especially when it comes down to bigger projects. Not that many of them, at least that's what I can think of. So, someone like me being here in the States, I kind of have this, privilege where I could use my salary, which I still think it shouldn't be the way to go. But as I am working my way towards success and trying to implement bigger projects in the future, I kind of have to do what I had to do to make sure things run smoothly, right? I have to garnish my salary to send money back home and have all these projects done. If I didn't do that, then there's no way for me to claim that things are going fine. I do not have any other source of income where I could use to continue to run my farm, but I kind of have to garnish my pay. I kind of have to garnish my paychecks and to make that project possible. I don't see anything wrong with it, but maybe moving forward, we will have different means that supports the farming, sector without having to touch our paychecks or anything like that. But so far so good. So far things are going amazing, and yes, not that many local farmers out there that have a good paying job to allow them to afford some of these expenses that come into farming, because you have to keep in mind farming can get really costly in Congo, especially when you are just starting. I'll tell you that when I first started, even with what I make here, you hear some of these things may not sound like it's gonna cost you a lot, but once you get started and you find out what other things that go into it, you'll be surprised how much money it's gonna cost you. Like I've spent a lot, like a lot since my farm started, but I'm not in that position yet where I'm starting to make profits. But the hope is that whatever we are doing is going to start paying off, in the long run. So what me being here, and some ideas that I have, it's going to make it a little more difficult to jump ahead and make money. Although there are some multiple ways you can make money, especially farming in Kinshasa. Like I personally will, in the future, will consider like pig farming is going to be like one of my main sources of income. But like with the amount of piglets and pigs that I have now, I cannot start selling yet. And I've spoken with a lot of people who've been into the business for a long time, and they have given me tricks and tips on how to go about it. And I'm not gonna do it start like selling yet. Although I've had a lot of people that visited the farm where the pigs stay at, and they actually offered to purchase some of them, and with a good amount of money, by the way. I personally turned it down because I'm not ready yet. And that's another thing. When you're getting started, avoid just money talking. When you always talk about money, it's not always going to solve the problems. You have to get it together, probably uh, actually be okay with the expenses that's going into your land or in building your farm, because in the long run it's going to be worthwhile. You're going to be happy seeing the evolution of your farm, and when it comes down to the time where you are ready to start making profits off of your farm. But spend more time and investing into your land and building your farm is going to come along the way when you are ready to start making those profits. Just don't be in a rush that you start today and you want to make money right away. That's not how it works. You really have to be patient, and you really have to understand the reality of everything. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like how that's going to work. So the future of farming in Congo Kinshasa, it depends on how much the government is willing to assist, local farmers, making it possible for them to, bring into equipment, maybe some type of loans to, actually aid them in the proper way. Because if you have to depend on your own personal funding, not many small farmers in Kinshasa have that kind of financing capability to undertake these heavy um, farming activities. So that's really unfortunate that the government isn't really doing much to help out. But we could all hold hands too by doing whatever the best we can, and helping the local community. That's why someone like me, I am spending almost uh I'd say even 30% of my revenue to send into the farm, because I have a different vision when it comes down to it. The things that I have growing now is going to pay off in the long run. And we have to count a couple of years down the road from now. That's why I'm not in a rush. I'm not complaining, but I'm just letting you know so you know what to expect, especially some of you that are willing, who are ready to get started. They're not sure what to expect. That's why I make these videos, to kind of, raise awareness, to let you guys know what you need to expect when you're getting into it. All right. So thank you guys so much for being here. I got things to do. I got errands to run today. I wish I could have stayed here longer so we can discuss all of this kind of stuff. But I appreciate you all. Appreciate you all turning in and tuning in. It really means a lot. Make sure to like the video or share the video with the friends, and also remember to hit me in the comment section down below with any question that you may have. And until the next video, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.